what we're going to be building is a claimable ERC20 airdrop. Now, this is going to be our application that we're going to build. It starts off with just a connect wallet button. So when we connect our wallet here, what it will do is, don't mind this top part here. This is the part of the video where we're going to create a merkle tree or a merkle tree root, which is going to be used for our allow list. But this bottom section here, this is going to be the important part. This is where we're going to create a claimable ERC20. So instead of us airdropping tokens directly to hundreds or thousands of wallets, we can put them on an allow list and say, hey, only these wallets can claim these tokens. And what we'll be able to do is create an application like this where a user can come in, and if they can claim their tokens here, they can just claim their airdrop. Now, the reason you may want to do it this way and create a claimable airdrop is the claimer is going to be paying for the gas to claim the token. Normally, if you airdrop stuff to other people's wallets, you're in charge of paying for all the gas to distribute those tokens out. So this way, a user claiming it, and only the people who claim it will have to pay for the gas, and they'll be paying it on their own behalf. So we're going to pay that gas here. This quick airdrop demo, we're going to get 1,000 tokens. So we'll see right here, once this transaction goes through, we'll see our token balance increase. There you go, success. And now we have claimed our 1,000 tokens. If I try to claim the airdrop again, you can see not eligible for airdrop, or we have already claimed. Now I can switch over to a wallet that is not on our allow list. Right here, this is actually the wallet that is holding the tokens. That's why it has so much over here, but this isn't on our allow list to claim the airdrop. So if I click on it, it says I'm not eligible for the airdrop, or I have already claimed the airdrop. So again, it's knowing what wallets can and cannot claim. So we'll switch back to a wallet one more time that is eligible for it. So this wallet is eligible. It hasn't claimed it yet. You can see here the token balance is 0. I'm going to hit claim airdrop. There we go. We get the transaction where we have to pay for the gas. We'll confirm it. And then again, this wallet, because it was on the allow list, can now claim the token. There we go. We have success, and we should see it update to 1,000 tokens here. And if I try it again, you can see right there, not eligible and already claimed. Now, before we get into building out this airdrop, the first thing we're going to do, we're just going to create a little application within our app here to generate a merkle tree root hash. Now, a merkle tree is going to be what we're going to be using to store the allow list on chain. Now, what is a merkle tree? So if you don't know what a merkle tree is, we have a little diagram here. Essentially, what we're going to have is a list of addresses and the amounts that they can claim, right? And that's going to be our data blocks down here. So each one of these blocks is going to have a wallet address and the max claimable amount that that wallet can claim. Now, what happens in a merkle tree is that address and amount will then be hashed, and then we will get a hash here, and we call that a leaf. And each one of those addresses and amounts will be hashed here. And then 2 of the hashes next to each other will be hashed together to create another hash, and so on and so on. And this process keeps repeating until we're left with 1 hash for everything. So again, these 2 get hashed to this, these 2 get hashed to here, these 2 get hashed, and we keep going up and up and up the essential tree until we get to the very top when there's only 1 hash left, and that is going to be our root hash for our allow list. Now, why would you use a merkle tree? So if you try to store all the wallet addresses that you needed for an airdrop on your contract or something, you might have 5 wallet addresses, which could be okay. But what if you have 1,000 wallet addresses, or what if you have a couple thousand wallet addresses? To store all of those wallet addresses is going to be a lot to put onto a contract. So what you can do is use this merkle tree concept here, and all you need to do is store the top hash. And what you'll be able to do from there is reverse it and go down the tree, and then be able to pick out the data blocks that are at the very bottom, which contain the wallet address and the amount that they can claim. Hey everyone, Sean Watasa here, back with another video. And in today's tutorial video, we're going to be building a claimable ERC20 airdrop. And what we're going to be doing is building an application where a user can go onto it, connect their wallet, and then claim an airdrop for a specific amount. Now, you can do this publicly where anyone can go on to your application and claim the token, or you can create an allow list. And in order to do this, we're going to need to generate something called a merkle tree, which will allow us to specify what wallets can claim the airdrop along with the amount that they can claim. So an overview of what we're going to be covering and building in this tutorial, we're first going to start off by building out just a little application to generate our merkle tree, which we're going to use for, again, our ERC20 claimable airdrop. Then we're going to deploy our smart contracts from our airdrop contract to our ERC20 token that we are going to airdrop. And then finally, we'll build out the application where a user, again, can go onto our app, connect their wallet, and then claim the airdrop token. And with all of that being covered, let's jump on our computer here and get started. So that's what we're going to build first. We're going to build this merkle tree root generator here, and this is just going to generate us a merkle root, and this here is the final hash of our allow list that we're going to be able to, again, store in our contract when we deploy our airdrop contract and our token contract. So I'm going to create a new project here. I'm going to open up my terminal. I'm going to run npx thirdweb create app. We're going to name this project ERC20 airdrop, and I'm going to use Next.js and TypeScript for this. And once that's done, we'll just change into our ERC20 airdrop. We'll open this up in our code editor. And what we're going to do here is head into our pages folder and go to our index.tsx page. Now, this is some boilerplate code that you're going to get when you create a project with thirdweb. I'm just going to delete everything within this div tag that has the class name of container. So all of this here, I'm just going to select all of it and remove it here. I'm also going to just remove this image import because we won't need that. And right up here, I'm going to add a connect wallet button. So we'll add a connect wallet button there, and we'll just run this really quick. So let me open up my terminal here and run yarn dev. We'll open this up here and we should see a connect wallet button here. There we go. We have a connect wallet button, opens that up. I'm just going to add some quick styling here to my project. So I'm going to open up my files, go to styles, go to this home.module.css here. And under the containers class here, I'm going to just add a display flex and then flex direction column, center everything. Oops. And then add a min height of 100% of the view height. And all this is going to do is center our button and everything into the middle of our screen here. So again, we have a connect wallet button. We can connect our wallet here, and we can see that we are connected now with our MetaMask wallet. So again, the first thing we want to do is create that just a little visual app here that we can generate our merkle tree root. Now you don't need to create it visually, you can just do it right inside here. But I figure we can do a visual way just in case you want to maybe create your own merkle root generator for your thirdweb contracts. You can do that along with this. So first thing we're going to need is an allow list. So an allow list is, again, the list of addresses that you want to allow to claim the airdrop from our application. So this is going to be an array of those addresses, but what we're going to do is provide it with an object of an address. So we need an address, which is going to be our wallet address. And then we're going to have another one here, which is going to be max claimable. And this is going to be the number of max claimable tokens that this address can claim. So for this example, we're just going to say that they can, we'll just say 100, right? These addresses can claim 100 tokens. So I have a couple addresses here that I'm going to put in. So I'll just put one in here. We'll copy this, put one down here. I got another address here. Just change the address. There we go. So this is our allow list, right? And of course, this can be, you know, however much addresses you are allowing to create or to claim your token. So what I'm going to do here is create a state variable for our merkle root. And we're going to use a use state here and set it just to a blank. Actually, we'll set this to no, and then we'll say string or no. And this will hold our root hash, which is what we're going to need to provide to our airdrop contract. So now let's create a function here that is going to generate that for us. So we're just going to call this generate merkle. We'll say generate merkle tree. This will be an async function. And we're going to create a variable here called merkle tree. And we're going to use a function called create merkle tree from Allowlist. And what we're going to do is provide it with our Allowlist that we created up here. And this is just a function here from thirdweb that is going to do all the magic for us in creating a merkle tree. And then we're just going to set the merkle root here to the merkle tree. And we're going to use .get hex root here. And this is going to give us the root of the merkle tree in a hex format. And then down here, we're just going to create a div. And within that div, we'll create another div with some styling here. So let me just grab a styling for just like a card. So we'll add it in there. And then in that, we'll give it a title of create merkle tree. And then we're going to add a button here and it'll say generate. And that button will have the on click to our function. And we'll give it some styling here. I'm just going to change that styling that was provided. We'll style it just like that. And then below that button, we're going to say if we have a merkle root, then we'll display what that is. So in this case, we're going to display merkle root. We'll say hash. And then that's going to be whatever our merkle root is. So again, all we're doing is we're using the create merkle tree from Allowlist function from thirdweb here, which is going to take our Allowlist and generate our merkle tree for us. Then we're going to get the hex root from that merkle tree and set that as our merkle root here. And then we'll just have a little button that runs that and we'll display our merkle root. Come back to our application here. You can see we now have this generate merkle root. We have our connect wallet button, but if we hit generate, you can see here that we are created a root hash here. And this root hash is again, what we're going to provide our smart contract to. And from this hash, we'll be able to get all the wallet addresses and everything that are stored inside of it, along with the amount that they're able to claim. So this here is going to be a very important thing because again, we're going to need that for our smart contract. So the next thing we're going to do is deploy all of our smart contracts that we need to make this airdrop happen. So I'm going to come here to my thirdweb dashboard. I have connected my wallet. We're under the contracts tab, and I'm going to hit deploy contract. And the first contract we're going to deploy is our token contract. So you can go through here. It's normally in the popular section, but you can hit view all and it should be in there as well. But you're going to look for the token contract, which is an ERC-20 standard token contract here. And we're going to click into it. We're going to hit deploy now. We're going to name this here. So we'll just call this our airdrop token. And you can name your token whatever you want to name it. You can give a symbol here. We'll just call it airdrop, description, image. Fill out the parameters for your contract in here. Down at the bottom under network and chain, you can select the drop down. And from here, you can select any EVM compatible network or blockchain that you want to deploy your contract to. For this tutorial, I'm just going to use the Mumbai testnet here, and then I'm going to hit deploy now. We'll get a transaction that comes up. We just need to pay for the gas to deploy this contract. So I'll hit confirm. We'll get a signature request here. Sign this to add it to your thirdweb dashboard. So we'll just hit sign. Cool. And once we have that, we'll be brought to our contract dashboard here. You can see our airdrop token. Now we need to mint some tokens. If we go to the tokens tab here on the left-hand navigation, you'll see that we don't have any airdrop tokens here, but you can see we have a mint button. So we're going to hit mint and you can put in whatever supply of tokens you want to mint to the contract. So, or mint to your wallet. So I'll just say 1 million tokens here. We'll mint the token. We'll get a transaction here. We just need to confirm it to mint our 1 million tokens. And there you go. You can see we have 1 million tokens supply of this airdrop token. All 1 million is currently owned by the deployer wallet here. So this wallet that we deployed the contract to and minted the tokens, it holds all 1 million of the tokens right now. Next thing we're going to do is deploy another contract. So we're going to go back to our contracts tab here and we're going to deploy a new contract. And we're going to scroll all the way down to our airdrop section. Now, airdrops here, what we're going to look for is the airdrop ERC-20, the claimable version. Again, this is going to be where people can go to the contract or to your application to claim the airdrop. Airdrop ERC-20 here is you're going to provide it with the addresses and be able to send it yourself. So we want the claimable version here. So we're going to make sure we select that. And then we're going to hit deploy now. Now this is going to take a few things that we need to fill out here for our contract parameters. The first thing here is the token owner. So this is the address that holds the tokens. So if we go back to our airdrop token here, remember this airdrop token, all of it is held by the wallet that we deployed it with. So we're going to copy that contract address. We're going to come back here. We're going to paste that in. Next, we need the contract address of the airdrop token. We'll come back to our token contract here. We'll copy that address, come back in here, and then we'll put the airdrop token contract address. Next is going to be the airdrop amount. So this is how much tokens we're actually going to be airdropping or should be claimable. Now you can make it all 1 million tokens. Maybe we only want to make it 100,000 of the million tokens. Now this value does need to be in Way. So we have a little converter here. We'll drop a link down to this in the description, or any type of Way converter you can think of, you can use. So basically Ether, these are the numbers that we're normally used to seeing, like 0.1 or 0.12345. This is what we normally see when we interact with like values and everything on the blockchain. But when we provide it to smart contracts, we have to provide it in and convert it to a Way, which what we'll do here is say we want to do 100,000, right? So let's say 100,000 tokens here. We're going to take this value here, come back to our contract parameters, and we're going to give it that amount there. The next thing is the expiration timestamp. Now this expiration should be converted into a date time into seconds. So this is going to be whenever you want the airdrop to stop, right? You want to set a endpoint for how long, up to a point where people can claim these tokens. So we'll come to another converter here. This one here, we can just put in the month, day, year, and time and everything. You can select the time zone, and then you just have to update the timestamp, and you'll get the timestamp right over here. So we'll just copy that. We'll come back here. We'll paste in the expiration timestamp. Now these next two, first one is the open claim limit per wallet. Now open claim limit, this is going to be if you want this to be publicly open to anyone. So maybe you want to set a claim for everyone, but maybe give it a lower amount. So maybe anyone, if you're not on the allow list, can claim 10 tokens, versus if you are on the allow list, you can claim 100 tokens. You can do that. But in this case, maybe we want to make it so only people on the allow list can claim the tokens. So if that is what you're looking to do, you're going to set this to 0, right? The open claim should be 0, and it will be override by the allow list depending on the amount that you can claim there. So we're going to leave this at 0. So only people on our allow list will be able to claim our airdrop token. And then finally, we need to provide the allow list merkle root. So coming back to our application here, this right here, this is our allow list merkle root. So we'll copy that, come back in here, paste that in. And again, the network and chain, you want to make sure it's on the same network and chain that you deployed your tokens to. So for me, I deployed it to Mumbai. I'm going to select the same thing, and then I'm going to hit deploy now. We're going to confirm. Then we're going to sign the signature request and add it to our dashboard. Once that is added to our dashboard, we have now our airdrop contract address here. We're going to copy this really quick, head back to our token contract. And for our token contract, we're going to go to the Explorer tab here on the left. And we need to give approval to that airdrop contract to actually be able to send and transfer these tokens to the specific wallets. So we're going to go under the right functions here. We're going to go to approve, and then we're going to approve our airdrop contract, the ability to transfer these tokens. We're going to give it the value. Again, this has to be in Way. So we'll come back here. Again, we're allowing 100,000. So we'll set the limit to 100,000. Then we're going to execute that. You can see here, we're sending the spending cap request for our airdrop token to 100,000. We'll hit next, and then we'll approve that transaction. And there you have it. We have now approved our airdrop contract to be able to distribute out these tokens. So again, we have our airdrop token contract. This is the actual token that's getting airdropped and claimed. And then we have our airdrop contract, which is going to be the contract that actually distributes out these tokens and verifies if the user is on the allow list or not. So now let's go and build our application out. So I'm going to come back to our code editor here, and we're going to do a few things here. So first, we're going to double check and make sure that our in order to show our claim, we have a wallet connected, and we can do that by creating a address variable here. And then we'll just use the use address hook from thirdweb. And this gives us back the connected wallet address, or it gives us back undefined if there is no wallet connected. So with that, we can say, hey, don't show any of this information unless we actually have a wallet connected to our application. So right under our connect wallet, we'll say address, and we'll require that there is an address and a wallet connected in order to display our app here. So under this merkle tree, we'll just take this div. Actually, we'll make another card. We'll get rid of the margins here. And in this bottom div here, this is where we're going to create our airdrop. So we're going to create, let's just scroll down a little bit. H1 tag, we'll just say ERC20 airdrop. And then under that, we will show the token balance. So we'll say token balance. In order to get the token balance, we're going to come up to the top here, and we're going to check the token balance of our token contract based on the connected wallet here. So we're going to create a contract called token contract, and we're going to get an instance of our contract using the use contract hook from thirdweb. And what we're going to do is get our token contract here. So not the airdrop, but our airdrop token. We'll copy that. We'll paste that here in our contract. Then we'll use another hook here that will get us the token balance. So we're going to get data back. We'll name this token balance, and we're going to use the use token balance hook from thirdweb. And this is going to need our contract, which is going to be our token contract here, and then the address or the wallet address that we want to check the balance for, which is going to be the address which we are getting right over here. That's going to give us back our token balance. So if we come down here, and for our token balance, we can then now display our token balance. And if we can, and within our token balance, we have a display value. This converts the value of the token balance one into ethers. So it converts it from the wave value to ethers. And then it also changes it to a string that we can display over here. So we save that, come back to our app. You can see nothing shows now because we said we have to have a wallet connected in order to display it. So we'll connect our MetaMask wallet. And there you go. We have our MetaMask wallet connected. We now have our ERC20 airdrop here. We have showing our token balance, which it isn't showing our token balance here. If we look here, could not fetch bytecode contract. Got it. We missed one step here. So let's come back to our code editor. Let's set up our thirdweb project here. So coming back to our files, under the pages folder, let's go to the _app.tsx file. We need to configure our thirdweb provider here. So we need to provide it with the active chain. By default, it's set to Ethereum. I'm going to switch it to Mumbai because that's the chain that I deployed the contracts to. You'll switch this over to the chain that you deployed your contracts to. We'll also set up our client ID, which is getting the client ID or thirdweb API key from this environment variable here called next public template client ID. So if we come over to our files, there is this .env.example file. We're going to rename this to .env, and then I'm going to get my client ID or my API key from thirdweb. So on the top navigation, if you head to the settings tab, you can create your API key. Now, if you haven't created a thirdweb API key before, we'll drop a link down in the description below to some tutorials and guides on how to set it up and how to create one. I'm just going to copy my API key right here, paste it in here, and now our app should be ready to go. So coming back to our app here, there you go. You can see this is the wallet that is my deployment wallet. So it has all 1 million of the tokens here. But if I switch it here, let's switch to another wallet. There you go. You can see the token balance is 0 for this wallet. So come back to our code editor here. We'll close out that. We don't need it anymore. Next thing we're going to do is create a button to claim our tokens or claim our airdrop tokens. So I'm going to create a Web3 button, which is a UI component from thirdweb. And we're going to call this button or have its text say claim airdrop. And the Web3 button takes two things, or requires at least two things. The first thing is the contract address that the button is going to interact with. So we can come back here, get our airdrop contract. So we'll come back here to our airdrop contract, copy that, come back here, paste that in. And then the second thing it needs is the action. So what is this button actually going to call or do with that contract? Now we're going to create a async function here. And on our contract, we are going to call a specific function. So contract, we're going to call, and what we're going to be able to do is one, name the function name that we're going to call and pass it any of the arguments that we need to provide that function. So coming back to our contract here, so back to the airdrop contract, if we come to the Explore tab here, you can see under our write functions, we have a claim function. And this is going to be the function that we're going to call in order for a user to claim the airdrop tokens that they need to claim. So this claim function here takes 4 arguments here: the receiver address, the quantity in which they are going to claim, their proof. The proof is going to be a hash. Basically, remember we were talking about the Merkle tree. The proof is going to be the hash that proves, that basically matches and proves that the address matches the address that is on the allow list. And then the proof max quantity for the wallet. So quantity and the max quantity can be the same, but we're going to need to generate this proof here from the connected wallet address. And we're going to have to make sure that that proof is is on the Merkle tree, that wallet address is from our allow list, and that it can claim the tokens. So coming back here, we're going to call the function. So again, we need to name the function, which is going to be claim. Now we're going to give it an array of the arguments here. So the first one, if we come back here, is our receiver. So that's going to be our address. The second one here, this is going to be the quantity along with the last one here. So quantity, and this is again going to have to be in way, but we can use utils dot parse ethers, and we can give it 100 because again, let's import this here. Import utils from ethers, and utils.parseEther, we can give it and provide it a string of the number that we know we're going to be using, which is 100, and then it'll convert it into way for us and submit that when it calls this function here. Next is going to be, if we look here, is our proof, which is going to be an array of our proof hash. So for now, we'll just give it an empty array. And then finally, the last one is the proof or the max quantity for wallet. So we're just going to take the same amount here, the 100, and paste it in there. So this is going to be, again, our button to claim our airdrop. So when a user clicks on this, it's going to interact with our contract, call the claim function, and provide all the arguments here for it. Now that one argument we need to get is the proof for the wallet address that is connected to our application. So coming up here, let's see, under our generate the Merkle tree, we're going to create a new function called a get user proof. This is going to be a async function. It's going to take an address, which is going to be our address of the connected wallet. And in order to get a proof, we're first going to need our Merkle tree. So we'll just do the same thing like we did in this function here. We're going to create a Merkle tree with our allow list. Next, we're going to create a leaf, and leaf is going to be the data point that we're trying to prove exists in our Merkle tree. So it's going to be our address, which is going to be the address of the connected wallet. And then we have max claimable, which we have set to 100. So we're just going to give it 100 there. And from there, we're now going to generate a proof for this. So we're going to provide it with we're going to get back a proof, which is we're going to await, and we're going to get proof for allow list entry. and we're going to provide it with our merkle tree and our leaf. And what this is going to do is generate us a proof. We're going to then turn that into a hash. So we're going to say proof hash here. And this, we're going to add 0x to the front because it just gives us the end part of the hash. We're going to get our proof. We're going to get the first item back in our proof, which is going to give us back the data. And then we're going to put toString here and make sure that it is of type hex. And that will give us back a full proof hash, which we can then return the proof hash here and provide that proof hash into our argument. And this should prove if a wallet can claim or not. So what we'll do here is down in our Web3 button right here in this array here that we're going to provide our proof in, we're going to await and get user proof and provide it the address of the connected wallet. With that, on top of the Web3 button, we can also add a few more things. We can say on error. We can just say, we can create an alert here that says not eligible for airdrop or you already claimed. And then we can also say like on success, and we can alert saying that the airdrop has been claimed. And that does it for our application here. So if we come back to our app, and right now I'm connected with one of the wallets that is on the allow list. So if I hit claim airdrop, I'll get a transaction here that allows me to confirm and pay for the gas, and the tokens will be airdropped to me. I'm just going to reject this really quick. If I change this to a wallet that is not on the airdrop or the allow list, so I change it to a wallet address that I know is not on our allow list, and I try to claim the airdrop, you can see it is not eligible for the airdrop, or I have already claimed the airdrop here. So let's change back to that first wallet first. Next, continue, connect, and let's test this out. So let's claim our airdrop here. Again, we know that this is on the allow list, so we're going to hit confirm here, pay for the gas. I believe we had set this to claim 100 tokens, so we should see our token balance increase to 100, and we should see that little alert text box come up saying right there, airdrop has been claimed. And yep, we claimed 100 tokens right over here. Now, if I tried to claim the airdrop again, I already claimed the max amount, so I'm not eligible for the airdrop anymore, or I already claimed it, which I already did. So right here, this is another wallet that is on our list ending in FA72. So if we come right here, you can see this is the second wallet right here, FA72, and we can claim 100 tokens. So right over here, I'm going to claim the airdrop. It should give us a transaction that we can confirm right over here. Confirm that, pay for the gas. And again, we should be able to claim it because we are allow listed this. And there you go, airdrop was claimed. We should see this increase to 100. And there you go, we now have claimed this, and we can't claim it again because we already claimed our airdrop. So there you have it. We built our very own claimable ERC20 airdrop. Again, this is a great way where you can create an allow listed claim. You don't need to pay for the gas to airdrop tokens to 100 or 1,000 users. You can have them come over to your application, claim it for themselves, and they pay for their gas on their behalf. We also went over how to create an allow list merkle tree and get the root hash for your merkle tree and allow list only specific wallets to be able to claim. Now, a claimable airdrop ERC20 contract, you can also make open to the public. Again, you just have to set that open claimable to whatever amount you want people to be able to claim. But if you want to allow list it, again, you can set that to 0 and it will be overridden with the allow list. But again, I hope you folks enjoyed this video. You found some value in it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on more tutorial videos just like this. And if you need any help or support, we'll drop a link down in the description below to our support team. You can open up a ticket, ask any questions, and they'll be happy to help you out. But again, I hope you folks enjoyed this video. And until next time, see you.